I'm Dusty Eves. I'm one of the lead architects for Paragon Consulting. Been with Paragon about 8 years now. So the client that we're currently working for is a manufacturing company. They're a B2B shop. No presence online currently is from a product offering perspective. So this is pretty much a raw from the ground up commerce build. The reference storefront, which is where a lot of customers started in Sitecore 8.3 for their commerce builds, is to start there and build out. The client's creative requirements really required a different approach where we built all the components. All the components have a B2B focus on them. Sitecore is actually running as the system of record as far as their product details. This was a very heavy ERP integration. We decided to entirely source the order data out of the ERP system. The other integration that we have that's interesting, we have dynamic shipping pricing that is coming from the FedEx API and the UPS API. We've had automated web tests from day one that go through all of the critical operations from customer creation, customer login, password reset, cart operations, and all the way through checkout. Constantly having that pulse on the important critical operations allows us to confidently move from sprint to sprint. The implementation is going live on Sitecore Commerce 8, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to do the platform as a service option, but we are definitely going live with cloud infrastructure. The project started in January of 2017, and the current go live is hopeful for October. This seems probably about on par for a commerce implementation of this size. Again, the business problems often end up being more difficult to solve than initially anticipated. A lot of times customers go into it with the assumption that the business problems have essentially solved themselves, but when it actually comes time for those answers and you start trying to answer those questions, you realize there's more complexity there than you were initially expecting. In a B2C scenario, you're engaging the customer in a way where you're trying to potentially convince the customer, you have this problem and my product is a good solution for it. In a B2B scenario, you are almost always dealing with someone who knows they have a particular problem and you're instead trying to convince them, I am the solution to that problem. One of the things that makes us really good at this is we work with a very large variety of customers and a very large variety of businesses. So we've got a pretty good insight into helping various departments negotiate their technical issues, having a good understanding of what the end state needs to look like from both a technical and business perspective, having a good understanding of what the stakeholders' interests are. A lot of the value Paragon adds is really close relationship with our customers and understanding the business stakeholders, understanding what their needs are, and that has allowed us to identify the necessity of solving some of those business problems earlier than later. Marketing is most excited about initially just the ability to have their products actually available online and being able to sell those products without a salesperson needing to directly interact with those. They're also definitely really excited about the re-engagements opportunities, talking to them about the abandoned cart engagement plan and the power that Sitecore gives you in that term. They're very excited about the possibility of being able to proactively re-engage their customer in a digital fashion. For an e-commerce project of this scale, the margin for error becomes very, very thin very quickly. That familiarity with Sitecore has really given us a strong ability to be able to figure out the answers and be confident in our answers that we're solving the problems in the right way.